everybody, and welcome to today's NXT card review. I'm sorry if you hear background noise. I have my window open for some reason and it's raining. But we're going to try to get through this NXT card review before my power goes out. This is a pretty stacked card for tonight from what it seems so far. Obviously, they might announce some things, but I tried to wait as late as possible. It is 7:30 right now, and I'm trying to wait as long as I can, so this will probably be a short video, but I want to get it out there before NXT. Starting off, we have a pretty explainable match in Tatum Paxley versus Jada Parker. I'm going with Jada beating Tatum because Tatum's kind of been on this thing where she's sad and all this because Gigi got released. She said her friends left her. She's making all these assumptions on why she's been left, and Jada's going to shut that down and finally get her momentum back and defeat Tatum Paxley tonight, hopefully. Or we're going to see Carmen Petrovic maybe do something to her. That's the two options that I'm going to go with for this. Jada better win. That's all I'm saying. If Tatum wins off of DQ, I will be very mad, especially if Jada wins off of DQ. If Tatum lets her emotions get to her again and she loses due to DQ, I think that's what really will push her off the edge. So I'm going to go with Jada Parker winning this match. And after weeks of hostile confrontation, these two are finally going to go against each other. And I think it's going to be an awesome match. So match-wise, I think it'll only last 5 minutes. But those 5 minutes, I guarantee you, will be a great 5 minutes. So, obviously, these aren't the greatest women's superstars in NXT by no means, but they're two great athletes that can definitely put on the show tonight. So, I'm really excited. Next up, we have a TNA superstar crossing the line, coming over to NXT where he will face Tavion Heights tonight. Mike Santana faces Tavion Heights. People are saying that they want Tavion to win. It's not going to happen. Tavion at this point is kind of like a backup man to Miles, Charlie, and Rizzo, what am I talking about? And Ren Sinclair. So Mike Santana is obviously going to get the win here. This is one of his first matches recently on NXT. So he's going to pick up the win against Tavion, maybe going to do something else in NXT. We know we're probably going to have Trick Williams shift on over to TNA for a little while. And Joe Hendry's contract is running up in TNA, so he might sign full-time with WWE where he would still be able to cross the line over to his old company in TNA. So I'm going with Mike Santana winning. He's going to be able to elevate TNA, coming over to NXT and winning against an NXT superstar. And honestly, this might be one of the best matches of the night if they get the opportunity to go as far as they want to. Mike Santana is one of my favorite in-ringer wrestlers in NXT, and Tavion Heights is one of my favorite in NXT. Sorry, Mike Santana is my favorite in TNA in-ring. He's one of my favorites. Same with Tavion Heights in NXT, so I'm really excited to see how these two match up against each other. This was obviously not a match that I would ever expect or want as a dream match or anything like that, but it's definitely a good one to see on just a weekly episode of NXT, and it's going to be something really fun to tune into. So I'm going with Mike Santana winning this. So far, I got Jada Parker over Tatum Paxley and Mike Santana defeating Tavion Heights. Let's see what's next. Probably one of the matches that I'm most excited for tonight, and that is Stephanie Vaquer defending her championship against JC Jane. I would not be surprised if Fallon Henley cost her the title match. We know her and Fallon's been chirping back and forth at each other, and last week Fallon lost her match to Lola Vice due to the fact that JC Jane and her were talking smack in front of each other. So they've been costing each other, and I think this will really set it in stone whenever Fallon Henley costs JC Jane tonight in a match that would be super important for the Fatal Influence. So I think that JC gets costed by Fallon Henley tonight, which involves Stephanie destroying JC after she's distracted by Fallon, and that's whenever we're going to see Stephanie retain her championship and most likely Fallon Henley and JC Jane beating her down after the match, or Stephanie leaving and they have a disagreement in the middle of the ring. That's what I'm going to guess is what's going to happen, but I have Stephanie. But honestly, my main question going into this match is Jasmine Nix going to come out with them this time? We have not seen Jasmine Nix walk out with JC Jane and Fallon Henley in a couple of weeks, and I'm starting to get concerned. I don't think we saw like an official one-on-one match with Jasmine Nix. I think the last time we saw that was against Sol Ruca in that Stand and Deliver qualifying match. That's the last time we saw her in a match, I believe, in a singles match. So I hope that we'll be able to see her on TV tonight. She does really good as somebody in off the ring and on the sidelines and watching the match. She does, if you really pay attention to her while she's on the outside, she does a lot of things that would be very detrimental to a storyline, and that would really help it. So I think that my main concern is if Jasmine Nix is going to come out, but nonetheless, I think that she's not. I think that Fallon and JC is going to be the only ones out there, including Stephanie Vaquer, and I think that's how we're going to get the match. Is Fallon's going to be chirping back and forth at JC, and then we're going to see Stephanie Vaquer pick up the victory. We see one that's still, it's confirmed, but we don't know who he's facing, and that is going to be Jasper Troy. He is the men's winner of LFG, and we're going to see him be in action. Last week he attacked Obafemi. Oba went on to Battleground to defeat Miles Bourne, stopped all the emotional stuff, and shut all the dreams down. Oba retained his championship, but then we saw Jasper Troy attack Oba after Marlon Oba's promo last week. So now we see Jasper finally in ring, his first debut match in ring, and in NXT. And I guess the main question out of all this is who is he going to be facing? I could see him face somebody in Chase U. We know they got 3 people in Chase U right now. I would see it just being like a jobber or something, but they got to give him somebody, and they got to give him somebody that isn't a main superstar that he can just squash in the next 10 seconds. If this match goes longer than 2 minutes, I'll be pretty disappointed, but I am excited to see his in-ring ability. I did not watch LFG. I watched a little bit of the finals, but not a lot to be able to notice his in-ring work well. So I'm excited to see what he can do tonight. Obviously, I think this is not going to show any of his showcase skills at all. We're probably just going to figure out his finisher and what he moves like in-ring. But if you've never seen him before, this will be a good little learner for you as his finisher, and maybe we'll get to see a little bit from him in-ring. But all of this really just determines who he's going to face. Like I said, I can see a Kel Dixon or an Andre Chase, something like that, where if they lose, it will not hurt their character. But I don't want somebody like a Javon Evans to come out there and face him and just get absolutely squashed. So my prediction here is either going to be a jobber going to come out or somebody from Chase U or just somebody in the lower card. So that's what I'm going to go with. Either way, I have Jasper Troy winning, and maybe even Obafemi confronting him after the match. And next up, Ricky Saints and Ethan Page will be going head-to-head for the Men's North American Championship. People are on the fence about this match, and so am I. I could see 100% Ricky Saints retaining his championship, but I could also well enough see Ethan Page winning this championship and doing great things with it. I know many people are saying that Ethan is going to win this and Ricky is going to go onto the main roster. I do not see that at all. I think that is pretty delusional, if I had to say so. But honestly, I'm going with Ethan winning. But I think Ricky and him will be battling it out for a while because I feel like that we didn't get enough from this rivalry. I feel like we can really dip into their history together in AEW and telling the story of how they've been friends for so long and how they've known each other for so long. I feel like we could have dipped in that a lot more because we know we only had a couple of weeks to build up this rivalry until Battleground. So we still need time to build it up. I'm thinking Ethan Page wins here or something happens between Ricky Saints, something like that. Maybe we get a Sean Legacy sitting ringside for this match because if I'm not mistaken, that match between Sean Legacy, Javon Evans, and Ashante the Adonis was for the number 1 contender spot for this title. So maybe we see somebody like Sean Legacy kind of get interfered in this match and something like that. But he is a face down in Evolve, so I would not think that would be happening. But really excited for tonight. I think it's going to be awesome. But for this one, I'm going with Ethan Page. And lastly, Trick Williams. No, this is not really a match. This is not a match. It is Trick Williams saying that tonight I have something to say. He's going to come out and give his thoughts on his match with Joe Hendry after he defeated him for the TNA Knockouts World title and making history on becoming the first NXT superstar to win the TNA Knockouts World Championship on an NXT PLE. So that's something you're going to want to see tonight on the CW Network. And Trick is fresh off of winning the title. He's going to have a lot to say, so tune into the CW Network because it's going to be an awesome show. But if I had to figure what he was going to say, I would probably say that he would touch in on the match, his thoughts, what was running through his head during the match, etc. So that's honestly just really excited to see what they're going to do with that tonight. But again, stay tuned into the CW Network. Also, stay tuned into the YouTube channel, CZV Wrestling on YouTube. and we're going to be going in depth of everything that happens on NXT after the show. So that is going to be something you will indeed want to see. But without further ado, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And again, CW Network. And I will see y'all in the next one. Before we wrap it up, though, I want to thank y'all for watching. I want to thank everybody in the stream. I want to thank everybody that's watching this on YouTube, because without y'all, it would be impossible. So, without further ado, hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Deuces, deuces.